Well, my intro is not working. That's kind of weird. I don't know why it's not going. But anyway, hello, welcome back everyone to Bread Theory. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at some of the nominees. We probably won't get through all of them, but some of the nominees at least for the third annual Lefties Awards. That is something that I put on every year. I put up a nomination thread in the Facebook group Left Signal Boost, as well as the page Left Signal Boost TV, which you may actually be watching this stream from. And I have people nominate their favorite leftist creators from all different platforms and mediums and whatnot from the last year. And then I will put together, I'm in the process of putting together the ballot for this year. And I'll pretty soon in the next couple days, sometime this week, as soon as I can get around to it. In fact, we might put together some of it tonight. I'll put it out to the public and it will be voted on by the people as well. So, purpose of this award show is not to be some big serious thing. I mean, there's no cash prize. You get a little funny doodle of you accepting the award if you win, and then I guess just bragging rights beyond that. But the main purpose is to showcase leftist creators from, across the various uh, mediums and platforms, and just give them a little bit of time in the spotlight. Um, People tend to get kind of siloed in the creators that they follow. So this is a way to kind of break people out of their normal bubbles and get them to appreciate a different medium that maybe they don't know. Like, every year I struggle to come up with, leftist visual artists to recommend. There's a handful that I might know, but they usually nominate each other. And so beyond that, it's just not a space that I follow too closely. The same thing with leftist music. There's plenty of leftist music that I love. I just don't tend to keep all that current on it. So it's always interesting to see what people come up with every year. This is the third time we've done it. This used to be something that happened in Thanksgiving. Like I would do it the Friday after Thanksgiving. Just to for people that need an excuse to get away from family and unwind or just need a break. I thought it would be something fun to do to kind of break the tension and get people out of that, but it proved to be just too much work. Last year was a huge effort to get it out on time, even with having so many amazing people helping with the promotion of it and doing the artwork for it and all that sort of thing. It still took a long time, and I almost didn't make it on time. So this year I thought, why not put it in a time of year that's a little bit slower, but also then a time of year that we can look back on the entirety of the previous year, because that is one thing that the old award show suffered from is, it would still be the year that we were covering as we were doing the award show. So things would happen after Thanksgiving, but before the end of the year, that might not be captured in the next award show, because it's always more difficult to explain. Anyone is eligible since November 23rd, whatever the date would have been the previous year, up through the award show date. So this is a little more clean, a little easier to understand. And like I said, we have the entirety of 2022 to now look back on. There's no more days of 2022. So we had a great response this year too. So this is also encouraging that this new schedule is a little bit more responsive to people's needs and thoughts and stuff like that. And just as a lot of blockbuster movies will come out around Christmas, there's a lot of leftist content creators that save some of their best stuff until the end of the year. So again, it's hard to both think back all the way till the end of the year last year, but then also constantly have to say, oh no, it's not just for the current year. It's going back to the time of the award show the last year. Anyway, it seems like now all that stuff can be included, and it's a little bit easier for people to get on board. Because we had, let's see, so we had quite a few entries. I didn't really count up how many entries there were, but there was at least 50 or 60 comments between all the different places that I posted it. So, quite a bit of feedback, quite a bit of participation. I think this was actually the most participation we had of any year so far. So that's great. Very pleased to have that. So I thought tonight, both to give this award show a little bit more of a boost, get a little bit more exposure, but also to kind of build some hype and give people a little preview of what they'll be voting for once that is possible. I thought it might be fun to just kind of look at some of the different nominees. So let's see. Since I didn't have my normal clip to open the show, I haven't been able to share the stream to the normal Facebook groups that I do. So I'm going to take just a second and do that, and then we'll get into it and take a look at what people have come up with for this year. All right, so that's taken care of. All right, let me just open up my app on my phone. So that I can monitor things as I am sharing my screen elsewhere. Okay. All right. So let's start it. I think I'll just go ahead and start by sharing my little spreadsheet. It's not going to be the most visually pleasing thing, but you can kind of see how things have been organized. There's a bunch of different categories. This year we had 30 different categories, including a few that people had suggested just in the nomination process. So that was fun too. People added. They were asking for best dunk of 2022, most hilarious fall off of 2022, best leftist glow up of 2022, lifetime achievement was another new category for this year. So that was cool to see people participating a little more in category creation too, not just oh, sorry, my brain is not working as fast as my mouth is. Not just nominating people. So I'm not sure how visible that actually is. It probably looks pretty blurry. But the first category is Best Worker-Owned Cooperative of 2022. And this year we had 4 nominations, or 4 nominees. I think last year it was only 2. So that's promising too. So not sure exactly how I want to do this, because some of these are going to be, you know what, we could just start at the beginning as we are and kind of work our way down, because some of the stuff is more like music and videos and stuff like that. It's gonna be a little easier to share with y'all, but it's important to see all the different categories, and there's stuff we can learn about the other nominees. So the first nominee is Downtown Sounds Worker Cooperative. And this is not one that I know really anything about. So let's go ahead and share it. All right. As soon as I pull that up, I will share that screen. And we'll take a look at what they're all about. So first, let's figure out where this is, because there's plenty of downtowns. So it's located in Pleasant Street in Northampton, Massachusetts since 1976. That was a big time for cooperatives. Mostly it was consumer cooperatives, so it's good to see that some of the worker-owned ones have survived from then too. You see a lot of like food cooperatives, especially in like Minneapolis and St. Paul. It was huge here for a while. But they were all consumer cooperatives, so it was community supported. That part is cool, but the workers didn't really have direct control over their means of production any more than anyone who owned a share could. You probably got a share to be a worker, but other than that, it's not quite as democratic of a situation as worker-owned cooperatives, which is why I specified that. Oh, but it's only been a cooperative since 2019, so that's also encouraging. See, it doesn't have to be a brand new thing to start a cooperative. You can evolve your current business that you work for into a worker cooperative. That should be, in my opinion, something that's more viable option rather than just leave or unionize. That should be a third option, cooperatize. So they got all your guitar, percussion, and orchestral needs covered. It looks basically like a guitar center sort of a thing, only they also are organized as a cooperative. That's really cool. They also got a music school. They do it over Zoom, Skype, FaceTime. Awesome. That's really cool to see. So there's the first nominee. Let's head back and take a look at some more. Let's see what we got next. So next up is White Electric Coffee Co-op. Let's take a look at that. Let's see what we can glean from their information. All right, I'll pull that up on the big screen. All right, so another one that's turned into a cooperative. We are now a worker-owned cooperative cafe. Thank you to the community for all the support that helped make this transformation possible. That's really awesome. So they were established in 2000, unionized only in 2020. Wow, worker-owned cooperative cafe since 2021. So man, they went through all those stages of evolution. That's really cool to see. They're located 711 Westminster Street, Providence, Rhode Island. Wheelchair accessible. All right. That's awesome. That's really, really cool. I don't know if we need to take too much of a look at their merch, but they got that too. Yep. Basic sort of cafe sort of fare. Awesome. Great to see. All right, let's see. The next one is Cooperation Jackson. Now this one, we can probably pull up a video for. I'm pretty sure they have a YouTube presence as well. Here we go. Here's a nice little 10-minute one. We'll take a look at Cooperation Jackson. I probably won't pause this even all that much.
You're listening to Upfront. I'm Kat Brooks in conversation with Kali Akuno about his work with Cooperation Jackson in Jackson, Mississippi. The Jackson Cush plan is based on the conditions in Jackson, right? What are the proper responses for the population, the economy, the land?
The capital of Mississippi is a place where the past has full partnership with the present. Confederate memorials are real symbols not only of a century-old conflict, but of a present-day conflict, too.
We have a Tea Party supermajority that runs our state legislature, and they can basically legislate almost everything that they will.
As you know, I've requested a workforce requirement for able-bodied adults from the Center of Medicaid and Medicare Services. It will actually help this population reap the rewards of a good job. And one day...
A good job. God, how do these people say this stuff without breaking out laughing? uh, you know what people on Medicaid and Medicare need? It's just a good job, you know? And they'll do that by having working requirements because they haven't probably thought of just having a job rather than constantly worrying about whether or not they're going to be able to stay on assistance and be able to make their needs met for the next month. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure having a job never crossed their mind. God, these people
They
are
receive health care coverage from
ghouls.
their employer, not the state or federal government.
Now, politically, Jackson kind of sits on the tail end of what we call the Kush District, which is a string of majority black counties that runs basically from Memphis, Tennessee, almost all the way down to New Orleans. This is your historic, black belt region named for both the richness of the soil and the African people who worked this soil, who made, Mississippi at one period of time for about 30, 40 years, the richest state in the country.
Well, Jackson was one of the richest cities in the country,
One of the richest cities in the country. And now it's one of the poorest.
We're talking under slavery.
Yeah, under slavery. Now it's one of the poorest. The scene is you have this very impoverished capital in the heart of old Dixie that has basically been left to rot, and then some radicals come along with an audacious program that says, hey, we could do some things to transform the society. Let me be clear. The two pieces that I think are more kind of support pillars is building the solidarity economy, and that is where Cooperation in Jackson is really situated, and to come up with the resources to, let's be honest, to withstand attacks. So it's not just some idealist stuff that we're trying to get to. It's really, truth be told, in preparation, as far as I'm concerned, for struggle, serious struggle. So we start with this notion, look, capitalism is not going to save us. It's not producing any jobs. It's not going to improve, our livelihoods or provide people with a means of a livelihood. We have to take the onus of doing that ourselves. And what are the things that we can control that are within our immediate grasp? What are the things that we already have the skills to actually, work on and scale up on to provide our basic needs? Like, that's our starting point. And we start with the notion that there's tons of human skill in our community. Folks who know how to fix almost anything, folks who know how to grow almost anything.
You've been starting.
Very cool. Very cool. I think you all get a flavor of it now. Yeah, that's a really awesome project. It seems like they're kind of following a little bit the Mondragon Corporation model of being a cooperative of cooperatives. It seems like they're really trying to branch out in every direction and grow the movement as they grow more cooperatively owned businesses at the same time. And they show that, even in some people might find the unlikeliest of places, that is the Deep South, this sort of thing can work. And actually, it shouldn't be a surprise, because the people that need this change the most tend to be in the people that are ready for this change the most, are the people that are being made worse off by the current system, by the status quo. And who is that if not the most impoverished, some of the most impoverished areas of the Deep South? So it seems to me it's ripe for that sort of thing. Okay, let's move on to our last cooperative that we're going to look at tonight, worker-owned cooperative, and that is Democracy at Work. This is Richard Wolff's company. All right, we'll share the screen there too. Cookies, yeah, whatever. I don't need to sign up for anything. Oh, they've been doing this for 10 years now, so that's great to see. But they are the company that publishes all of Richard Wolff's books. They have a lot of shows, not just Economic Update. That's Richard Wolff's one, but they do other shows as well. I don't think they're all Richard Wolff shows, but they certainly could be. Oh, that's right, David Harvey's Anti-Capitalist Chronicles. Great podcast. I don't know if it's still putting out new episodes, but there's 5 seasons of it now. Wow. So yeah, here you go. January 2023, still putting out episodes. That's good to see. Let's see what else they got. Of course, as Professor Wolf, All Things Co-op. It's a podcast. And it's hosted by Sin, Larry Fenster, and Kevin Gustafson. Cool. So yeah, it's not just Richard Wolf, but he's definitely the figurehead. Hello, James. You ate 3/4 of a bag of pepperoni rolls. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess that means you're either very happy or were very happy and are now coming down from that. But either way, good on you. We are just looking at some of the nominees for the 3rd Annual Lefties Awards that's coming up. You must have gotten the notification finally this time. Seems like it's not been going off for you recently. I don't know what that's all about, but let's move on to the next category. So the second category of the night is going to be Best Leftist Organization of 2022. And not a whole lot of nominees for that. Oh, in fact, only just one. And that was the United Panther Movement. So we'll pull that one up and take a look quickly at that. I believe that is the organization led by Kwame Shakur, who's trying to create a new rainbow coalition. Why is it? I did not copy that well, did it? Try again. All right, I'll share the screen again. So here we have the United Panther Movement. All right. You just check their About section. Hassan Shakur appears to be the website that they're linked to. Quickly take a look at that. Oh, it's the Hassan Shakur Community Center. Let's take a look at that. They have an 8-week political education program to Pantherism. NABPP, I don't know what that stands for. 10-point program. Statement of Unity for the Second Rainbow Coalition. Yeah. So for those who don't know about the original Black Panther Party, they started as a community organization, basically just to help get the things that people needed in poor and overlooked places that they couldn't otherwise get. So they had a community breakfast program. They served breakfast to hundreds of students, young students in elementary school every day. They were in the process of putting together a free clinic when their leaders were assaulted and some of them killed or imprisoned. They were doing a lot of great things, but they were shut down very violently by the FBI, basically. So this is an attempt to kind of revitalize that movement. Yeah, sounds like a really great thing. So cool to see they got nominated. I wish there had been a few more. At least one. I usually like to have at least a couple options for each category, but in times like this, they'll just be. We'll put the United Panther Movement as one option for Best Leftist Org of 2022, and then a write-in for the other. There'll be a write-in for each of these categories because we want to make sure that more people get looked at. More cool leftist orgs get looked at, even if they didn't quite make the cutoff in time. Point is exposure more than anything, not following rules so strictly. All right, we can move on to Best Union of 2022. I think I'll just list these off and you guys can go kind of look at it on your own. So we had quite a few nominees, and this was the first time we've had union as a category. We had the Railroad Workers United Union, the New York State Nurses Association, the SWU, which I hope I got the right one because the person did not leave a link, but the SWU that came up when I searched for it was I think it's the Social Work Union, a UK-based union. Yeah, Social Workers Union. So there's that. The Amazon Labor Union got a nomination, which is great. Great to see that happen. Them getting some more recognition. Teamsters Union, and then the IWW, the Wobblies, was the last in that category. So then moving on to Best Leftist Database, we have Marxist Internet Archive, which gets, it's pretty much every year. It's the Marxist Internet Archive and the Anarchist Library are the two top contenders. As far as leftist databases, maybe this will be the last year I do the category because, it's cool that more people get to know about it, but it's the same too year after year. Maybe it's not that relevant as a category, in terms of spotlighting stuff. It seems like people know about these two already, so maybe it's not doing all that much good. Best Leftist Blog only had one nominee as well. I thought there was another one. I'm going to have to go back and look to make sure I didn't overlook something. But this year we have Black Girl in Maine as the singular nominee for this category. Blogs too. Blog seems to be, unfortunately, kind of a dying art. So we don't usually get all that many nominations. So perhaps that is just not one that's worth looking into all that much more. I've never heard of this one, so there is that. It is, giving exposure to on one of the last great blogs that are out there. But in terms of it being something that really excites people and gets them on board for the award show, maybe it's not as much of an important thing to do. James says, I still have a fourth bag of pepperoni rolls left. Too bad I can't share the taste from afar. I know. Maybe someday I will open up a P.O. box, if this channel gets big enough. I'll have a P.O. box and you guys can actually send me stuff. That'd be kind of cool. Just one more way to donate. And I definitely would love to taste actual pepperoni rolls, the authentic kind. I actually saw it on the menu at a restaurant. I think it was Old Chicago though, which is like, I don't know how wide of a chain Old Chicago is. Let's take a quick look. Probably not all that far. Probably like just a Midwest thing. Let's see if we can find how widespread of a franchise this is. I doubt it's that. Probably. Yeah, maybe. It looks like it might even just be endemic to Minnesota for some reason. Old Chicago, huh? $60 restaurants. Okay. Let's take a look. Oh, I see. Craftworks Restaurants and Breweries owns 60 restaurants under the name of Old Chicago. But there are another 36. So, I don't know. Oh, it started in Boulder, Colorado. So, oh yeah, maybe it is a nationwide chain. Yeah, I see as far as California, Tennessee. Anyway, it had it on the menu there, and I'm like, do I dare sample something that's not going to be authentic and get a risk getting a bad taste in my mouth? Uh, hey, Jet Extremist, how are you doing tonight? Good to have you here. We're just going over the nominees for the third annual Lefties Awards. Um, I don't think I knew you last year, so you probably were not aware of the award show last year, but it was a lot of fun. Um, and it's just a way to spotlight different leftist creators across many different spectrums. And I know that you have been nominated for Best Streamer of the Year, and I think, let's see, let me scroll down to the streamers section here just to double check. Oh yeah, you got nominated also for the Best New Leftist Streamer of 2022. So there you go. Um, you're watching the Timcast with Creepy Crowder. Oh, gross. Oh, is Crowder actually on the Timcast? Let me guess. Tim is the only pushback Tim is giving is meaningless and mostly just agreeing with him. That's funny. But yeah, so yeah, you are there for Best New Leftist Streamer of 2022. So that's awesome. But we're in a different section of the categories now. But actually, it's not like we have a super rigid agenda. Why don't we skip down to Best Leftist Streamers of 2022 and take a look at those nominees. So there was quite a few. I think this is actually the largest category that we had in terms of it was tied with Best Leftist Podcast of 2022, which was surprising since it doesn't seem like podcasts are quite as relevant anymore. So it was good to see that so many people were actually all about them, getting recognition. So you are the only category. You're the only one in the category of Best New Leftist Streamer of 2022, Jet. But in terms of Best Leftist Streamers of 2022, let's take a look at some of the nominees. Oh, yeah, unless you're Joe Rogan. That's funny. My goodness. Who was it that had a really good theory about the way that Tim sneaks in his actual political point of view? And it was basically that he does this thing where he will advance a position and he'll completely say the opposite of that position, and then he'll go advance it again and say the opposite. He'll go back and forth, and he tries to play this off as being a fence-sitting, milquetoast political commentator. But if you really look at the way he presents stuff, you know what he actually thinks when he's very enthusiastic and very emphatic about what he's saying. So he's either loud and right wing, basically, or mild and milquetoast when he's presenting the other side and pretending to give it just as much airtime as his right wing opinions. It's kind of a funny dance that he does. So it's like loud and loony or mild and milquetoast. Those are the speeds of Tim Pool. The milquetoast one is always the most reasonable position. Like when he was talking about whether or not soy, the plant estrogens in soy might affect men's reproductive health, and he would put out this really wild position from the likes of just name a right wing grifter, conspiracy nut. And he'd be really, enthusiastic and excited about it. But then he'd back off and say, well, maybe it's nothing, though, because this scientific study says that it's nothing. But then he'd get really angry and loud again as he was saying the right wing thing, and then he'd kind of back off and be like, "Oh, you know, it could all just be nothing. I mean, who knows, really? They could be right. Soy might not actually affect people at all." It's it's so funny and so transparent if you actually look for it. Oh, your boss listens to Tim Pool on work travels. That's gross. I have a coworker that is like an avid Alex Jones fan, and thankful he doesn't talk to me about him because I've made it clear. I never said so directly, but I've made it clear that I don't care about Alex Jones or any of the right wing politics that this particular coworker espouses. I'm trying to get along too because he's not exactly my boss, but he does work above me, and we do collaborate on a lot of projects. So, there's that capitalist realism. You gotta not rock the boat too much with your wacky leftist opinions, especially when your coworkers are so far out there. But yeah, he goes. Sometimes he just will mention, "Oh yeah, I listened to Alex Jones all the way my walk home today." And I'm just don't say anything. I have to bite my tongue a lot because I like him as a person. He's a really strange guy, though. So he's lived all over the world. He's had all these different experiences. He's like this white Big Lebowski sort of hippie looking dude, and most of his air and his mannerisms fit that trope. He's very open to world cultures. He speaks Spanish fluently. He married a Latina woman, and had kids with her. And he just seems very open on one sense, and just intrigued and like live and let live. But then he just once in a while this crazy right wing belief will just come out of his mouth, and I'm like, what? I'm taken aback every time because it just does not fit what I perceive his persona to be. So, yeah. But I digress. Anyway, let's take we'll take a closer look. Let's see. Don't need to share that one. Let's share this Twitch tab because most of the streamer nominations are do primarily stream on Twitch, so we can take a look at a few of them. Well, we can start with, let's see, Epic Prawn, who's been someone that I met recently, another member of the leftist streamer creator group that I'm a part of the chat for. Epic Prawn is live right now. Let's take a look. Quick. Oh, yeah. Epic Prawn, Mellow Monday. So also delving into the Timcast with Steven Crowder. Steven whining about a $50 million contract, Crowder. He's the largest baby on the internet. I swear. Oh, but then if I get demonetized, I lose part of my money that I was going to get. It's like, yeah, okay. Why is that a problem for you, Steven? Why are you so afraid that everything you say and do is going to get you demonetized? That's kind of weird. So here's Epic Prawn. Doesn't always do political stuff, but certainly the leftist political flavor is in there. Yeah, a lot of video gaming content. Cool, fun stuff that's also important for building movements. Oh, stupid mug club. That's the worst. The worst. Be part of the mug club, guys. Then you can have a mug of... What is even... Ben Shapiro does the mug of leftist here, so I don't know what Crowder's shtick is. It probably just says mug club on it. It's like, oh boy. Show everyone how dumb your political opinions are by joining the mug club. I got nominated for the best streamer of 2022. I thank you very much. I believe it was Caitlin who nominated me. It might have been a couple people that did. But thank you for those that nominated me. I really appreciate that. I try really hard to, bring interesting and relevant content that you don't always see on Twitch. Let's see, Surfs TV got nominated, so let's take a look at them real quick to get a flavor of what they are about for those who might not be aware. And unfortunately, I found since I've started streaming, this is not my third year of streaming, but since I started, I don't really have as much time to be invested in other streaming communities because it takes work. One of the cool things, but then also one of the difficult things about platforms like Twitch, but even YouTube Live, is that you really have to have a presence there for a long time to really be a part of the community. So it takes a lot of investment, and I just don't have that time since I spend so much time streaming myself. So one reason that I try to always find someone cool to raid into. The Surfs TV, let's take a look at them. Probably should be familiar to most of you. Also covering the Steven Crowder Live on Timcast thing. That's pretty funny. The talk of the town. I think pretty much every leftist is pretty amped up about how funny it is that Steven Crowder and his empire of bullshit is clashing with the Daily Wire and all that garbage. So here's Surf TV. They cover a lot of right-wing stuff, but they do politics, they do news, they do all kinds of cool stuff. Cover Hassan and Ethan debating Andrew Tate and Bradley Martin. They do their panel show, Leftist Mafia. Ooh, they're talking about Jimmy Dore that time. Oh, wow. Yeah. It's a great show. How can you not like the Surfs TV? Lance was one of the coolest, chillest guys in the live stream game these days. Yeah, Twitch rating is a great thing, which is why I like Twitch best of all of them. But I do like to spread my reach as far as possible, and that is why I multi-stream. All right, let's see who else we're looking at for leftist streamers. Hannah Reloaded, a channel that some of you might not be as familiar with, but one that I love a lot, especially if I'm feeling like I've just had enough of whatever the news of the day is. I think they're probably only one N. All right, well, I'll have to search for it. Hannah Reloaded. Yeah, there are two N's. Why was it not coming up? Anyway, Hannah Reloaded is a
him in his video.
Yeah, streaming the surfs. But one of the people that I always go to when I need a laugh, I need to pick me up, I need to just feel good is the channel Hannah Reloaded. She covers all kinds of stuff, but her main gigs are things like sovereign citizens. She covered Andrew Tate. I knew about Andrew Tate, a year or two, probably 2 years before the internet as a whole knew about him, just because Hannah would cover him and his insanity even back then, and make fun of him. So she dunks on a lot of right-wingers, sovereign citizens, flat earthers, all kinds of very strange and wild people. Yeah, Marcel, that's one that she's been covering a lot. This sovereign citizen who his catchphrase is, "Oh, I'm a judge, you're fucked," anytime someone sends him a legal document, because the sovereign citizens believe that they can just declare themselves judges and that means something. They have a very convoluted belief system that involves the local sheriff's office being the highest government in the land and the only one to really be obeyed. But then also you can just create a competing judgeship to them somehow. And it's very bizarre. But she'll do religious conspiracies. Oh, Moorish citizen. Yeah. And she's really fun. I'll play just a little clip. Let's find one Where are the clips? How come it's... Let's look at the clips very quick. Find a good one. Yeah, I'll do a sovereign citizen one. Just to give you a taste of Hannah.
84? And that was the California? And yes. And now that you took it down correctly and we're on the record with me spelling it correct.
Anyone who was trying to take over for me from when I left, you're dead to me.
I feel comfortable. Carol, give me a second, okay? Let's take your time. I'm not in any rush. I believe I'm in the do not detain also.
Do not detain. They just say things like, you cannot detain me. I do not consent to this. And they think that it has political... Oh, that was not a good clip. Who did that one? That was not a...
I don't want my site to recommend this,
Skittles and rainbows.com.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
Very nasty stuff right there. So,
sorry about all that. That was very loud. Anyway, let's see. What else? What's one that got like... Oh, I got 13 views. Why is that so popular? There was not very much to that one. I don't know. Weird evangelical fear films. That'd probably be a better one to look at.
Your consciousness is a miracle. The fact that you know you're alive is beautiful. Live it while you can. Enjoy it. Don't let shitty people take your life from you. Gnome Pickles says, so if I'm not married, then it's chill. More loopholes.
A man who uses pornography will neglect doing good things. He will neglect things such as spending time with his family. Because instead of being with his family and building relationships...
I don't understand the
These are the most random clips, but whatever. I think you get a little bit of
and create
the idea of what Hannah is all about. Really great, fun channel. So happy to see that she's been nominated. Let's see. I think I missed a few comments here. Let me just scroll back on over. Bug Club. God, this is so stupid. Oh, that's so cool, James, that you found out about Jet and Prawn from me rating people. That's awesome. That's why I love doing it. I love, showing more love to other channels too. Like, we're all in this together. We should not be fighting on the left. We should be helping each other out. Oh, and you found out about me from Rob for We Are Many. That's cool. What a journey. Awesome. Well, let's take a look at some more. I'm probably only going to get... this is taking a long time. Denim's got nominated. Denim's a little bit more famous of a leftist creator than, well, a lot of us are yet, but who knows? Time may tell different too. Denims don't follow I do follow their channel. I don't catch their stream too often. But let's see what they are about. Talking about the George Santos drag controversy. That's annoying. Gonna have to go through ads. We'll mute the ads. Anyway, Denims is cool. Candace Owens versus Steven Crowder. Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's get a flavor of this stream.
Big, which is it like later. At first, that lyric didn't hit me, but then later in the song, he says "big."
Covering his song.
It's out there. Okay.
Engagement party for his boyfriend while he was married to his then wife. This is like the king of lies, bro. This is crazy. George Santos, the embattled New York congressman, sent out engagement party invitations in 2014 to celebrate his proposal.
You gonna come on?
Yeah, but you gotta make space.
Okay.
I might need your help with the chair. Sorry.
Sure.
Fell. Junior.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So Amanda's going to be joining us, so it's going to take me 1 second to get it loaded up. All right, to get her situated. Yeah, I'll just let Denims run a little
Proposal
bit
to
so you
his
can get
boyfriend, while he was apparently still married to his then
some idea
wife,
of what,
the Daily Beast reported. Good evening, everyone.
So many months of awesome demo and awesome noodle community TNML.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. As you all may already know, Pedro and I have decided to join our toothbrushes. LOL, and a very few friends have been selected to share this special moment with us. Santos wrote a Facebook invitation to the engagement dinner in 2014. Daily Beast reported it obtained the invitation courtesy of Greg Maury Parker, Santos' former roommate, and the aforementioned Pedro Villarva, Santos' ex-boyfriend. The invite requested guests joined Santos and his his supposed betrothed at New York City's La Bonne Soup for a Sunday night dinner per the outlet. I hope to see every one of you there, and be sharp and make it count.
Let's see. Oh, you are
So-
not quite
so
on
what's
it.
the-
There we go.
Okay.
That's fine.
Wait a minute.
Get you your headphones. It's kind of hot in here.
Until the time of the planned event, Santos was still married to his ex-wife.
It's getting too hot.
The divorced couple in 2019 weeks before.
How are you
This
doing
is so
tonight, Amanda?
bad, dude. Oh my god.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I did. Oh, I see your question, James.
No, dude. Oh
I'll
god.
put a pause on that one.
I did some yoga because I didn't get to go out for a walk. And if I keep my body busy, my brain doesn't take over, and sometimes it's too much for me. So I was taking a reset. How about you?
So here's another one that got nominated while you're thinking about your answer. This is Proudly Radical. I really love this streamer. They are very good at articulating what anarchism is all about. I like their view on anarchism. And it's like DIY and just go do it, start doing things sort of mentality. Let's take a look at a little bit of what they've done recently. Check out some videos.
Sorry.
Oh, we can just look at their trailer. That's probably a better thing to do. Channel trailer.
Name's Kai. I cover news.
Sorry.
Hey there, and welcome to Proudly Radical. My name's Kai. I cover news, politics, economics, religion, and a whole host of other social topics, but through the lens and point of view of an anarchist. No, I'm not Black Bloc. I won't be throwing a brick through your local Starbucks anytime soon. But I am an anarchist. I do believe in collapsing down of hierarchical power structures and a philosophical challenging of authority mechanisms wherever they may lie. So join me Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, and Tuesday, Thursday, 11:30 p.m. Pacific. And let's get to know each other, and let's share some ideologies and beliefs.
There you go. Little taste of Proudly Radical. Awesome channel. Also on the twitch.tv. James is back on talking about how he ate 3/4 of a bag of pepperoni rolls. He was very proud of that earlier.
Doesn't he get a prize for saying pepperoni rolls?
Instead of pizza rolls? That I'm supposed to get a prize for that?
I thought you had like a prize system.
Oh, that he can redeem for me to talk about pepperoni rolls, but that's like 10,000 channel points. I don't know how many he's got. So it's to force me to do things more so than him.
Though he also has a 3 and a 4, and part of it is in a parenthesis, so that's multiplication. So
Wouldn't that be
mean
division?
12?
If you put like the thing?
Yeah, that's division.
Yeah.
But it's a parenthesis. If there's a number in parentheses, that means multiplication.
But it's an open parentheses. So what does that mean?
Nothing.
Cool.
It means it's
All
broken.
right. Let's check out another streamer also on Twitch who was nominated.
It's me. I'm the nominee.
I mean, you used to have a channel.
I'm just kidding.
So
No one wants to talk about plants?
everyone did want to talk about plants. They just want to talk about it for more than 10 minutes at a time. But they love you got so many viewers when you were doing it. I kept trying to encourage you, just get on there and just chat about stuff. Oh, that's not what that was.
I made your asparagus fern do some yoga with me on accident.
Bleep Blomp Ben. My goodness, I am not good at writing things.
Ian.
Thanks. It's hard to see around the microphone. There we go. Bleep Blomp Ben. Let's see if they have a channel trailer. I guess not. Well, let's get a little bit of a flavor of what they're about. They're also a Minnesota-based streamer. They live in, she lives in...
You're not supposed to tell that?
She talks about it all the time. Oh. She lives in Minneapolis. So, it's a pretty big city. No one's going to go find her because she lives in Minneapolis. Let's see, socialist stuff 4 days ago. Let's see what kind of clips she got. Oh.
Raiders, I hope you're all having a fantastic day. We're just starting this video right now about the myth of overpopulation.
This is the thing I do miss about streaming only on Twitch, is that you can do these fun emote walls and stuff like that. I can't do that, and that's not nearly as fun. I wish Restream would get with the times, but I do like the setup of Restream, and of course the fact that it streams to all the different platforms at once. But if it could just do the emote wall and do all the fun stuff that makes Twitch the funnest of all live platforms, that'd be awesome.
And somebody they showed this bit from Jane Goodall, and so I had to rip off the band-aid. Jane Goodall is bad, actually. Her methods are whack. She sort of created a war.
Intriguing. Yeah. Always do cool stuff. She's also a video creator and has some really good stuff, especially about urbanism and stuff like that. So check out that channel. Those are pizza rolls. Hillbilly prize for the West Virginia pizza rolls. Moving on.
It's a set of dentures in a rusty pickup truck.
That's how you
That's the prize.
A set of dentures in a rusty pickup
and
truck. And a rusty man, you're really putting me on the line, aren't you?
I made the dentures in my ceramics class. I can't guarantee that they're gonna fit to your mouth.
So the next streamer we're gonna look at. I mean I don't want to overshadow your prize. That sounds like you really put a lot of time and effort and thought into it. So I don't mean to downplay it.
He does.
Let's look at the top. So here's Real Rad Ham. Best mustache on Twitch, bar none. You should see when he does the makeup infused mustache looks. Phenomenal. Really cool guy from Australia.
Okay.
Talks about leftist politics.
So during the Troubles, Sinn Féin was associated with the Provisional Irish Republican Party, IRA, for most of the conflict. There were broadcasting bans on Sinn Féin in the Irish media and the British media. Although the party sat on local councils, it had a policy of abstentionism for the British House of Commons.
Well, that was not an incredibly entertaining clip, but apparently it was the most viewed one recently. Let's see if we can find another clip to... Are these clips? No, these are broadcasts. Let's look at clips only. See if we can find a little more illustrative clip.
There's a Man Baby Monday. Okay.
Yeah, Man Baby Monday. Yeah, because he was looking at Steven Crowder. So that's why it was Man Baby Monday.
Well,
oh, there's only one clip from the past. If you want, the highlights.
it was 15 hours ago.
Oh,
It was literally
look at
from-
this! See, look at this. Oh, it's gonna do a commercial. Screw you, commercial.
There's a sheet and it's blowing in the wind and it's
As you can
reminding you that
see-
it's time to do your taxes.
Look at some of these makeup things that he does. It's amazing.
Yeah, do you want me to
And he's
start?
really entertaining and a very gentle, cool dude
Would you like me to start doing your makeup before you stream?
who does minis too. Yeah.
All right. What kind of look are we going for?
I don't know the
If you
names of
say
looks. If
smoky
you-
eye, I'm
That's
gonna...
literally the only makeup look that I know. So, like, what do you want? I wish this was better resolution. Dang it. That looks so cool.
And second, until it is finally time for you to die. And then they
Anyway,
strike.
Radham's amazing.
Their venom can take many
Entertaining, informative,
forms. It can appear
very caring comrade.
as a car crash, as liver failure. The Death Adder accountants are the ultimate.
You get it.
He's-
super fun.
Just can't help himself.
Stream. Pepperoni Rolls Monday and Modelo Monday. Well, I mean, two great tastes that taste great together, I would assume. I've never had pepperoni rolls.
I've never had Modelo.
Modelo is basically the same as
Budweiser.
No, well, no. Nothing's as bad as Budweiser. I've never tasted beer as bad as Budweiser. Except for Bud Light Lime. That was actually the worst beer I've ever had. But that's also Budweiser, just not the flagship. But no, it's like Corona. You ever had Corona? This is just basically amber ale. Modelo's okay. All right, let's take a look at Lawsuit now. Lawsuit is another streamer who has been nominated. Very awesome stream. Who is live right now? We will not broadcast their live stream because, yeah, a lot of streamers don't like that sort of thing. But
Like the ultimate core of that
I
problem
don't know how to
is
pause it though. There we go. We will mute their live stream. Let's see. Oh, fun. Holiday stream. Let's see some of their videos recently.
Every day is a holiday with you.
Well, when you say it like that, 51st birthday stream, that sounds fun. Oh, I should probably unmute it. I did unmute it.
This is a place where
Cool. Probably shouldn't do music one. Yeah, talks a lot about native issues, but then also all sorts of leftist stuff. Very knowledgeable, nuanced, intelligent guy.
outside of those few rare exceptions,
So
most people
give him,
have themselves brainwashed into
give him a
thinking
follow.
that
What?
I'm
You done already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for
Oh, you're
thanks for
you have a
popping
lot
in.
to talk about, so
Oh,
that's okay.
you don't have any thoughts about
No.
any of these?
I mean, I have a longer attention span than I did earlier, and these are too short for my brain.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I want to honor
Well.
your space and your activity. I am merely
I'm almost done.
a
I
natural
probably won't
disaster.
go too much longer. We'll look at a few more.
9 o'clock's are cut off, and I ain't playing.
I absolutely know that. Okay.
He doesn't know.
Anyway, check out Lawsuit. Lawsuit is really cool. Ugh. Now I gotta move my chair back over. Oh, James says, "I'll stop talking about pepperoni rolls. Just stay." She's pouting now.
What?
You're giving her pause,
Dang it.
James.
No, you can talk about pepperoni rolls. Zach does this. He's got a big agenda, and I have a big mouth, and.
It's fine.
No, because
You can stay
I'm
on.
not on task.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
I don't get stars on my chart for off-task behavior.
So here's another friend who you in the chat right now will probably be familiar with, and that's Easy Good Night. Also from the Leftist Creators chat on Facebook.
Kevin there downstairs, my friend, he's just like,
Everyone is everyone's covering Crowder right now. Easy Good Night's really cool stuff. Again, a lot of video games, but also leftist stuff thrown in. Yeah, fun channel, very fun. So I was happy to see that a lot of my friends got nominated. Let's see highlights. Let's look at a highlight.
Come to TurboTax. And
so many ads. That's the one thing I do not like about Twitch. I do agree with you, James. There should be an option. I think someone said there is an option now to just pay a flat rate and then get no ads on any streams. But I have not looked into that yet.
Doing that thing. I don't have the mic set up yet.
Maria Takeuchi, Beginnings. Yeah. So pretty sick. I believe this is authentic. The insert, that is. I don't think that the.
Oh, here we go. Classic modified Mario. Interesting.
So bad. Can I even make this? I hate these springs in this. They're so dumb. They're so dumb, dude.
It really launches you up high.
Let's go here. See, it'd be good.
Interesting. Anyway, that's Easy Good Night. Check them out if you haven't already. Crippled Punk 91, another comrade from that group. Let's take a look at their stuff. There's a lot of wrestling stuff, but also video games. And then, like a lot of these, just throws in leftist talking points. She's doing her thing. Let's take a little look at what she's been up to.
Oh. You know what? We're going to start it off with this. Which means I'm going to have to stop.
Call my phone.
Why would I have your phone number?
Call my phone.
No.
Call my phone.
What is it? 1-800-bitch?
Fuck, shut up. How stupid.
So stupid.
919.
This is basically how.
9191.
What?
Call my phone.
Fine. I think my
This
girl
is
has it
basically
in her
my
phone.
first frat experience, or my frat experience in SDSU.
No, you saying his girl had it. His girl had your number, so that means. Oh, I fricked your girlfriend, dude.
Oh my god.
Whatever, we broke up. It's not even a thing.
Stop it. Trigger, bro.
Dude, if I say the B word, I guess.
Anyway, fun time. Crippled Punk 91. Check them out. That's cool. So she was nominated. Bread Crochets, one of my favorite streamers, got a nomination. Let's check them out next. So as the I did not spell that right. It's probably supposed to be a C, right? Bread Crochets. As the name suggests, they listen to leftist stuff. Well, crocheting really cool things. Let's see, is this a highlight? Have they not been on recently? I sure hope that's not the case. No, they still have a schedule up, so they must just not keep their VODs too long. Which is a shame. I hope there's someplace that they put them.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's a very hard to develop skill called spleening, tweening. Leaning?
Yeah.
I think it's tweening, where the thing you're moving is here right now, and you know where you want it to be, and the skill that is involved is knowing how many frames it will take till you want it to be there, and then...
So, not the normal thing that they do. I wish they had a highlight of showing their cool crocheting stuff. Let's just see. Past broadcasts. Oh, man. Highlights. Just that. Oh, last live 2 months ago. Oh, I hope they haven't decided to stop. Here's all popular clips.
Civil war before it settled
You guys
into
like my
resembling a stable regime. Anarchism
they're
would
green,
require
but they're
similar
anarchist
experimentation.
flags.
Even among anarchists, there's a wide range of opinion about how best to organize society and design
Anarcho-fascism.
And for people who
What
are
the
exploring
hell?
anarchism for the first
Maybe they
time,
mean
it can
something
be really
right there.
difficult to wrap. Even among anarchists, there's a
Anarcho-primitivism, no!
wide range of opinion about how best to organize society and design democracy. And for people.
So, yeah, the ANPRIM and the Green Socialist flags look very similar. I think ANPRIM is it more lime green or is it more dark in color? I don't remember, but it's one or the other. So, but ANPRIM, not cool. They have some very backwards views about gender roles and society and stuff. They basically just want to do a Tyler Durden, turn the clock back, and have us all live as primitive tribes. Not really down with that one. But anyway, Bread Crochets, very fun show, and another nominee. So next we have Revolutionary Blackout, and that one is a YouTube one. So we will take this up on YouTube. I'll show you what they're all about. Here we go. Let's see if we can find a clip or something. Shorts. Do they do shorts? They do shorts.
So let's help our people out. These motherfuckers.
I don't know what that's about. That doesn't sound too cool.
So y'all just got us to 10,000 subs right before midnight.
The shorts are funny. Let's see if they have any shorter videos we can just take a little peek at. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this channel myself, but I would definitely still call them leftists for sure. Though I do think they are kind of close to the patriotic socialists they call themselves. Yeah, I don't know how much they actually buy into that because I don't really follow them, but they're definitely one of the nominees that you should check out, see for yourself. So, I mean, this is good. Like, at least they're talking about being anti-war.
Anyone who speak out against this who have a giant platform. Like, that's how I know we made it. If you ever see RBN, if you ever see me on the kill list, that's I'm like, damn, we actually got a platform we're paying attention to. Also because he was a strong COVID critic, which is based challenging power, questioning power, and demanding answers from power is actually extremely based.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not sure how close they tack to COVID denialism, but hey, check them out, see for yourself before you form an opinion. So that is Revolutionary Blackout. They are on YouTube. So we'll move on then. For We Are Many should be need no introduction to this audience, but we will check them out nonetheless. I hope they're saving their VODs now. I told them they should set it to save their VODs, but I'm not sure if they ever took my advice. So they might only have their most recent. I should have made that all one word. For We Are Many podcast on Twitch. You know what? It's probably better to find them on YouTube, come to think of it. I think they do at least save them there. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So all their lives get saved here. They do an amazing current event stream. I always love tuning into that.
Instead of using
There's
state
Rob.
funds to build affordable housing under the law, municipalities must build temporary camps offering resources. I do not see that happening by any stretch of the imagination.
Fireman is great.
You're
absolutely right, James.
At the same time, the municipalities have to have a place for them to go, so it gets them off the street and into a safer area. They are screened. Jesus Christ. We got to means test our homeless encampment.
Right. Right. Means test the homeless. Only the deserving homeless, not those fakers out there, deserve shelter and dignity. Jeez. But yeah, great show. Definitely check them out. Rob, Trisha, all the people there. They do a great show. For sure. Let's check out next The Mind of a Skeptical Leftist. I think we can also find that probably on YouTube easiest. Though I know they also multi-stream. Mind of a Skeptical Leftist. So these last two are both members of Left Signal Boost TV, which is a leftist creator collective. Pretty much open to any leftist creator to come and help. Just it's a place where we can all put our stuff out so that we get more eyes on our work, and that's basically the idea to
hey folks, welcome to
to help each other out.
Podcast where I talk to a variety of people to help spread critical thinking, progressive politics, and left-wing philosophy. I want to introduce myself so that you know who you're listening to or watching. My name is Corey Johnston. I'm a laborer in rural Saskatchewan in Canada. I grew up between a family farm.
In case you couldn't tell from the accent. Just kidding, Corey, but yeah, it does come through pretty well. Although a lot of people claim that Minnesotans we're basically just southern Canada, so who am I to talk, really?
And a small community of about 10,000 people, and I eventually moved to a small city of about 230,000 people. Most of the people here are conservative and right-wing, with many that would be considered far-right. I'm different from that. I'm an anarcho-communist, an atheist, and a skeptic. This means that I try to follow ideas that are better for everyone, but I also try to base those ideas on the best evidence available. As an anarchist, I believe that all people are equal and deserve to be treated as such. No one is above another, and systems that put people above each other in value are not systems that I can endorse. When you hear anarchists talk about hierarchy, this is what they mean. As a communist, I believe that everyone is entitled to a good life and all things belong to all. There is nuance to this, but above all, it entitles everyone to a safe and good life free from coercion. As an atheist, I am agnostic. It's not just...
That's cool. What is awesome channel. I've been meaning to check out their most recent read review because I read The Dawn of Everything last year. It was one of my favorite books that I read last year. And unfortunately, it came out in 2021, so I couldn't nominate it for best leftist book of the year. But great. I think it is the final work of the late great David Graeber. So I was really interested to see what him and Justin come up with about it. So yeah, I will definitely check that out at some point. They do some amazing book reviews. So that's The Mind of a Skeptical Leftist. Check them out. I think we're pretty much just going to get through the streaming section because there's just so many to check out. Canadian cornfield accent. There you go. Let's see. So next we have someone else who probably needs no introduction to y'all. And that's Freddie Yeti. We will find him on the twitch.tv. Very entertaining stream. Can't recommend enough. So here we go with Freddie Yeti. We'll get you. I believe they have a channel intro too, if I'm right. I thought they had a stream intro. Maybe not, but that's okay. They haven't been on quite as much recently. They've been dealing with moving cross country effectively. So, but super fun show. Let's take a look at a little clip. It's glitch in the Yetiverse.
Now we just wanna go back again. And I can't help thinking about that feeling.
Interesting dude. I really like Freddie Yeti
Yeah, you can
a lot.
on my clippers so we don't lose touch with you.
Yeah, as you can see, streams in a Yeti outfit.
Frank, he called. Like, he was really... I discovered myself in my early teens, okay? If that's what you're asking. Privacy.
That's awesome.
Frank Squatch. His last name's Squatch. Big hair, he's got brown hair. He's a little tan.
So there's a little taste of Freddie Yeti. Check them out if you haven't already. Very fun stream. And I don't know if he's streaming too much recently. Let's see what the last past broadcast. 6 months ago. Very sorry to see that. I hope he gets back into it because it's a really fun show. So we already looked at Henry Loaded. I put it in there twice for some reason. You know, I'm pulling from all different places. So, you know, give me a break. So next we look at Vosh. Vosh I used to follow a lot more. Haven't really kept up with his work recently. I don't know if he even streams on Twitch anymore. Yeah, we'll look on, of course, on YouTube is where he primarily streams. Here's Vosh. Live right now. We won't look at the live stream, but we'll take a look at some likes doing debates a lot. If you're not familiar, I'll get into it. Oh, this was actually a really good one when he debated Yaron Brook, the head of the Ayn Rand Institute. This was hilarious. He dunked on him so hard. I almost felt bad for Yaron Brook, but then I remembered that he probably lives a very lavish lifestyle as the head of some very esoteric foundation. Who even follows Ayn Rand anymore? He just had no arguments when it comes down to it. It was very funny.
All of the hundreds of millions, the billions, the trillions that get, shepherded off towards the uppermost 10%, that is money that could have otherwise been divvied out in wages. You say that you don't want to solve this problem by handing out money. Well, okay. We don't need to talk about welfare. Why don't we talk about the fact that in spite of this country growing massively more productive, workers' wages aren't rising proportional to proportional to inflation.
Yeah. Good question. Where's all that extra money being siphoned off to? That's a good way to start people thinking about leftist politics. So definitely give them props for that.
Whereas the uppermost 1%, theirs are skyrocketing massively. Significantly
How about that?
Beyond productivity, beyond inflation. We can see what this is. This is class warfare. Wealth being taken from the working class, the majority, and shepherded off to meet the excessive needs of a hyper minority. So
That's right.
the inequality,
No lies
I'm afraid,
detected.
is the reason people aren't able to maximize their
Does this
positive
little
freedom.
Yaron does this little grimace because he knows he's got nothing to say.
There are all these studies and all these graphs that are completely bogus, but it seems like people
Don't believe scientific research. Don't believe any social research. Don't believe economic research. This is the head of the Ayn Rand Institute. Oh, but it's just bogus information. That's his big comeback. Oh, you gotta love it. Anyway, Vosh was nominated, so that's another one to check out. And let's see the last one. Shark 30. That'll be hey, look, it's coming right up on the 9 o'clock hour. We'll look very quick at Shark. Does some debate, but I mostly like him for his videos where his dunking videos are really good. He had an amazing video with FD Signifier talking about the break bread video, which again, unfortunately happened at the end of 2021, so I couldn't nominate it. But this was I'm just going to play a little clip of that. This was an amazing conversation.
I don't think that video, and I'm not saying that this means that no video essayist has original ideas, because I think that's 100% false. Just like saying that I don't think debate bros or whatever have original ideas. I think that's incredibly false. Because I don't know if he's talking about like writing the next Das Kapital or something, or the way you formulate arguments or different perspectives. I think you can have a lot of different perspectives come from this. I really think that the type of people who make this type of content and like consume this type of content are much different than the type of people who are typically going to be consuming a video like this, honestly.
Yeah, so this was after FD Signifier and Noah Sampson were talking about the problems with debate bros and stuff like that, which there definitely are valid criticisms of the debate bro mentality, and the very high esteem that so many debate bros hold themselves in, kind of holding themselves above all else, because they can argue the issues, they can back up their opinions of facts and logic, and they bring all the people from the right to the left and stuff like that. And there is truth to all that, but to say that is the only way that we should be going forward is just debate. There's no other space for video essayists. There's no other space for theory. There's no space for anything else. It's just got to be debate, because that's fighting down there in the trenches. That, in my opinion, is quite the overreach. Not least of which because, talk is great and debate is great and exploring ideas are great, but if all we're ever doing is talking and never acting and never actually organizing, that gets us absolutely nowhere. We don't change the country into something that we would like to see by debating our way there. It has to be a lot more than that. So there's that. And then, there's other side issues. Debate only gets you so far. debates are mostly won by rhetorical tricks and flair and personality, and different tactics, rather than by just having the best ideas and the best arguments. So to say that it's the end all be all, and if someone wins a debate, then that issue is settled, or if someone gets epically owned in a debate, that issue is settled, that too is an overreach, in my opinion. But this is a fantastic, very productive conversation between FD, who was criticizing Debate Bros, and Shark, who is a part-time Debate Bro, but does a whole lot. He's very much a variety streamer. So not just debates, but one of the most entertaining channels out there, I would say. So give him a look, see what he's about. And I think debate. I don't know where you're going with that one, James, but I'm gonna leave it there. Anyway, thank you for taking a look at just a few of the nominees. Like I said, we have 30 different categories, so we've only scratched the surface. We will probably return. Well, I thought I stopped sharing. We'll probably return to this subject at another time. Maybe next Monday. Again, we'll pick it back up, take a look at some more of the nominees, pick a different category like podcast or something, and kind of dive into that. So when you vote, you will be informed. Although, let's see, voting is only open until the 31st. So maybe we won't even pick it up again. I guess there won't even be time. So as soon as I finish that ballot this week, I will put it out. It will be first on Left Signal Boost TV and Left Signal Boost, the group, and I will share it from that point. And yeah, I'm excited to see what people pick for the year. There's a lot of really good nominees. A lot of amazing work that was done that we haven't even gotten into yet. So very, very exciting. Yeah. I guess we'll see. Even if after the voting, I suppose we could still keep doing these previews. Just to kind of keep the momentum going, keep the interest going. So even after the ballots are closed, or the polls are closed for this year. Yeah, maybe we'll keep on going. We'll see. But this was a lot of fun tonight. Thank you all for joining. Let me find somebody to raid into. Let's see who's on right now, who I would like to highlight. Okay. Let's see. What do I feel like? Squidideer is talking politics, so maybe Squidideer will be the person that we raid. Cool. Yeah, Squidideer. I don't know if I've even rated them before. So if you're interested in Squidideer, go check them out. And you're seeing this from some other platform. Epic Prawn. I don't think Prawn is on right now. Oh, Prawn is on. He just started. He must have just started because he only got 2 viewers so far. Yeah, we'll raid into Prawn. Definitely. Anyway, if you're seeing this from some other platform or some other time, go check out Epic Prawn. And otherwise, sit tight and we will start the raid momentarily. Thank you all for joining me. I look forward to seeing you all this Sunday. And I'll have Dan Platt of the 3 Left Show and What's Left in Albany back on to discuss more. I think we're continuing on with the theme of people that have tried to build utopia. So pretty cool stuff so far. But yeah, let's start the raid. There we go. Here goes the raid. Thank y'all.